Hello and welcome to a review on the Nostalgia Nerd mug. This video is not sponsored, I have not been paid to do this review, and I actually have purchased this mug myself. Peter did not send it to me, so I just want to make that very clear. Of course, it's very important that this video is not sponsored because this needs to be completely non-biased. So Peter, although is a mate of mine, will not be getting any sort of friend treatment from this video review. It's a complete honest review. So this mug was £12, which, you know, it seemed to me like it was quite a lot of money, although after doing a little bit of research on Amazon, £12 is a pretty fair price to pay for a mug. So being British, I drink a hell of a lot of tea. I don't drink any sort of coffee, so I'm only going to be speaking from a tea drinker. So please take that in mind. The mug that I use usually to drink my tea is this one right here. So this will be our mug, which I will be referencing when talking about my general and average tea consumption. So this is a very, very simple mug. We've sort of got this basic curve going on. This is from Dunelm, and I don't know how much this cost, but it did come in a pack of about 4 or 5. So yeah, it's just a dishwasher and microwave safe, and it's made from porcelain. So it's very clear on there that it is obviously dishwasher and microwave safe for those crazy people out there who microwave their cold tea. The stem handle on this mug is very comfortable. I sort of tend to hold my mug like this. I don't know anyone who holds their mug like that, and people who hold their mug like that don't. Yeah, I hold my mug like that typically, and I have to say, this is a very comfortable mug to hold. We've got quite a lot of sturdy grip. I don't feel like I'm going to lose control, which has happened before on less firm mugs, shall we say. So we should go over to the Nostalgia Nerd mug and compare that handle. And you know what? This one allows me to get a nice firm 3 fingers inside. That's going to be taken out of context. And I just can wrap my pinky underneath and my thumb over the top, and that gives me a very firm grip. Now, before we go out of control with the pros of this mug, let's talk about a con. How would I know if this mug is dishwasher or microwave safe? Because all we've got on the bottom of here is a series of patterns. So, you know, it has to be said, that is very unclear. And if I was to microwave this mug, for example, which I have not done because I don't own a microwave, bad things could happen, so just take that for what it's worth. Now, immediately, you may notice the mug is slightly smaller. Now, although I do have a tape measure with me, this isn't going to be the most accurate sort of test because it's very impossible to find the absolute perfect center of a circle, but I can confirm it's roughly 9.5 centimeters on my preferred mug and 8.5 centimeters on the Nostalgia Nerd mug. But obviously this one does have a tapered side where this one is straight. So if we go for the depth, it's roughly 9 centimeters of depth and 10.15, also known as 11.5, is on the preferred mug of choice. But that doesn't mean anything. So what I have done is got myself 2 half pints of water, and we shall pour them in here and see what the capacity of the mug is. Now, before we do that, I want to make it very clear, I am not a big fan of the black inside. Now, I know, obviously, Peter, Nostalgia Nerd, has gone for a sort of black and white theme, being that that is his logo. So the fact that he has painted the inside from a aesthetic perspective is very, very clever, and I do like as well how the handle is black. You know, one like this, for example, is a little bit more plain and minimalistic and simple, which some people might prefer. So when it comes to actually making tea, I'm very bad at making tea as it is. I'm too impatient. It's very difficult to find the sort of level of the flavour that you have created with your tea bag. So, What am I doing? So sorry. So when I go to make my tea, I don't know how strong it is or how weak it is. It's a little bit deceiving. I'll show some B-roll of that as I was talking about that. But here we go. So let's just go straight for it with the Nostalgia Nerd mug. Oh dear, oh dear God. Oh, well, this has been a very inaccurate test. Okay, well, so here we go for the preferred mug. Let's go a bit more harsh with this one. Whoa, no, too harsh. Okay, well, this has been a disaster. I very much underestimated the capacities of these mugs. I have spilt probably about the same from the white mug here, but what I can notice is there is a big gap from where the water line actually is. You know, I can get my finger almost halfway in before it actually touches the water, but for this one, I'm only getting the third segment of my finger in, which thus concludes the preferred mug of choice has a larger capacity of liquids than the smaller mug. Now, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that because I sometimes am not satisfied with this as a portion of tea. So, you know, from a perspective of personal preference, I would have to say that the bigger mug would be better. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much going to conclude this review. A lot of it's down to personal preference. I am actually not an expert with any of this shit, so I don't know why I'm even sitting here right now, but I just wanted to take a look at the Nostalgia Nerd mug. It does do its job. It is a mug, it keeps things warm. It doesn't keep things warm, mugs don't do that. But yeah, I don't know why I've poured this in without looking at Peter's graphic. Let's give this a go. This is a bad idea. Well, I found my new calling in life. Let's ignore that because that pour was lovely. So yeah, the actual graphic on the front of the mug is beautiful. It's done very, very well. It's very high quality. Peter's face there just looking absolutely lovely with his beautiful quiff of hair. The retro computer and the CRT shaped screen. It's just a very lovely print and a very minimalistic mug, and it doesn't plaster Nostalgia Nerd on there. You know, as far as merch goes, I'm wearing my very own merchandise right now. My hat, you know, this is not my logo. This is a very old logo of mine, and this is probably not the main part of the design, although it does have the retro future plastered along the top of it. So you're not going to buy this hat unless you're a retro future fan, whereas you might just be a retro computer fan and like this mug. So as far as merchandise goes, it's a very nice piece of merchandise. So big thank you to Peter for, actually no thank yous to Peter because he did not send me this mug, but thank you to you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed. Have a lovely day, and I will catch you in another mug review later. Bye.